Let's talk about last episode, shall we? I got a bit annoyed. I think I controlled it, but we did lose to East Thurrock, who I actually checked before playing me on the 6th of January, where they won 3-2, as I'm sure you'll remember. Their last league victory was at the end of October. They hadn't won for 2.5 months, and then we throw it away against bloody East Thurrock. Today is probably not going to be any easier. We were going to have two other teams. We were going to have Bognor Regis and someone else, I can't remember, Weston-super-Mare. However, we're going to have Dartford and Bognor Regis because Dartford, as you can see here, they are top of the table. So, if any team is going to be worth a challenge, it is most certainly Dartford. And in order to help us not be terrible at defending against Dartford, I've gone and signed what I would consider probably a League 2 standard centre-back. Okay, he'd be a good player for most Vanarama South side. He's definitely not League 2, but Brian Sarr has joined us. A free transfer. He's on a lot of money a week, £300. He's here for another, a year and a half, basically. 1 year, 5 months. There you go, you can see it down there. He's come in. He has annoyed, I think it was Wiskin, got annoyed because Brian Sarr joined. I told him don't worry about it because Brian Sarr will definitely replace you. Now, this is a very odd bit of transfer news, but Patrick Whitcomb, our former chief scout, has left and gone to Wrexham. And the reason why this is important is because they ended up giving us £17,000 for him, which has basically propped up the bank balance for another 6 months. Since we last met, there's been a couple of games, one in the league, one in the FA Trophy in the second round. First up in the league was Chippenham, and we were horrific. We ended up going down at 2-0 to Chippenham. Stuart Wilkin, former Southampton youth player, with a goal after 4 minutes. And Jordan Young makes it 2-0 after 59 minutes. And like I said, we were awful. And then in the FA Trophy second round against Alfreton, who are a league above us, I believe. They're not a league above us, they're in the Conference North. We ended up beating them 3-0 thanks to goals from Richard Gillespie, Abdoulaye Belbaghi, and Nathan Turner gets one as well. Let's get straight on into the games then. As I said earlier, Dartford are our opponents. They are top of the table and they are very much running away with the league. They are 9 points clear. If we can get a cheeky 3 points, maybe even a single point, would be good here. The starting lineup then for Poole Town versus Dartford at Prince's Park will be as follows. In goal, Will Britt, as always, back four of Corby Moore on the left, Sankofa on the right, midfield? Centre-back pairing of Joe Cook and Brian Sarr is going to make his debut. He's not match fit, but I'm sure he'll probably be fine. Midfield is Neil and Belbaghi on the wings. Two central midfielders is Al Bangura as the ball in the midfielder and Ryan Lane as a deep line playmaker, because Ryan Lane played against whoever we played last, Alfreton, and was amazing. And I don't know where it came from, so he's getting another chance. Up front, we've got Nathan Turner and Warren Bentley. Richard Gillespie's fine. I'm just giving him a bit of a rest. Are there any players here that I recognise? It doesn't look like... No, there's no players there that I recognise. That doesn't seem right. So I'm not expecting to come out of this game with any points at all. We're just here for the ride. If we get a sniff of a goal, I'll be happy, especially with the way we played against Chippenham and the way we played against East Thurrock. First highlight, 5 minutes on the clock, and it looks like it's going Dartford's way. Pew. Hayes gets tackled by all of the Poole Town players. Belbaghi's ball to absolutely no one, and it's coming straight back at us. Pew crosses it in. Yes, he does. Pavy's there. Alfie Pavey makes it 1-0, 5 minutes on the clock. And this is the start of the decline, isn't it? I say the start of the decline. Like, we're not going to win this game now. Absolutely nothing is happening. Like, we're not even getting any shots. We've just finally had a shot from Dartford, but still nothing's happening, and it's going to be 1-0 at half-time. Well, that was absolutely boring. Assistant talked to people. He's fired everyone up. That is good. I'm going to bring off Belbaghi because he's on a 6.1. And we're going to see... Is it Sean? Sean McCormack is going to get a start. It's not a start, it's half-time. He's coming off the bench. Because there's not a lot of shots happening, I'm going to try and take control of this game. And immediately the moment I do that, there's a highlight. And it's I say good save. It's a save from Will Britt. Is that the whole highlight, or are we actually going to see something here? Britt kicks the ball long towards our strikers. Doesn't get there. Theo Street does instead. Turner. And Turner's ball was not very good. And how was Pavey onside? I have no idea. Alfie Pavey makes it 2-0. And I want to question how he was onside there. This is just another game where we're just not getting any chances. We've had no highlights for us. There's been 2 in the entire game. Bentley's coming off for Gillespie, and we're going to have to go attacking. We've got a free kick, but I don't think we're going to see it. We're not. Finally a highlight, possibly going Poole Town's way. Lane into Neil. Neil edge of the area. Bangura's having a go from distance. It's just over the bar. That's going to be our entire highlight for the entire game, isn't it? That's the only one we're going to get. Highlight for Dartford. And, oh my word. That was just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. We're 3-0 down. Jason Akitu with the goal. I mean, watch this. Absolutely no one runs for it. And Britt just decided... I reckon Britt's taken some money for this. Another highlight. 82 minutes. Coxall in goal for Dartford. We're going to lose 4-0 here, aren't we? Brian Sarr with a header. First time we've seen him do anything. Lane in the centre of the pitch. Over the top for Gillespie. Gillespie's going to get there. He's got Turner at the back. Turner's there. It's an open goal. Nathan Turner makes it 3-1, but it's too little too late. We really are going to miss Nathan Turner when he goes. We've got, I reckon, one more game after this. I'm so glad that went wide. We've got one game, I reckon, after this with Nathan Turner, maybe 2. But when he goes, there's going to be a huge gap in our strike force. Full time then, 3-1 to Dartford. Once again, not a very good game. Our next game is against Bognor Regis in 6 days, and it will be Nathan Turner's last game for us. I cannot get him. He's got 7 days left on his loan. I cannot extend it for whatever reason. I'm trying to offer him contracts desperately, but he doesn't want to move down to Poole. I don't think we're going to keep him. I've gone and bought another player, and it's another defender, Kyle Clinton, 21-year-old English centre-back, formerly of Southampton and Dartford. He's on £300 a week, which is a lot of money, but once again, like Brian Sarr, he's a much better player than what we've actually got to offer at the moment. Bognor Regis are up next, and much like us, their form is inconsistent. However, ours, I would say, is dramatically worse. 3 defeats in a row in the league, which is not very good for a team which, not that long ago, probably 2 episodes ago, maybe even 1 episode ago, I was saying that we are chasing for playoffs, and right now we are 11 points behind playoffs. I don't think we're going to get there. The starting lineup for Bognor Regis versus Poole Town is as follows. In goal, as always, Will Britt. Back 4 of Sankofa, Cook, Brian Sarr and Corby Moore. Midfield of Bangura and Ryan Lane in the centre, Belbaghi and Neil on the wings. Strikers of Richard Gillespie and Nathan Turner making his final appearance in a Poole Town shirt. This season at least. He might be one of those players that I try and bring back no matter what league we're in. We could be in the Premiership and I'll bring him in. Ollie Pearce and Takyi are 2 of the players that I remember last time we played Bognor. They were a massive pain for us, and it's annoying me that they're both starting. It's the second away game of the episode, and it's against a side that are much better than us. So, again, much like the Dartford game, getting something out of this would be nice, but I'm not expecting anything. Highlight after 18 minutes, a throw-on for Bognor. Swallow gets it, gets tackled, and Brian Sarr plays the ball long and upfield towards Gillespie. Crane, though, for Bognor, into tuck. Lee forward to Swallow. Swallow's got some space to run into. Finds Takyi. Pearce is there at the back. And for some reason, my defenders don't want to header it. 32 minutes now on the clock. It is pouring down with rain and we've got a highlight. Belbaghi doesn't get there. Sankofa, though, into Lane. Back to Belbaghi. Back in the middle to Lane. Lane over the top. Neil's going to get there. There's 2 players in the middle. One of them's Nathan Turner. He's hit the bar. He's hit the bar on his final game. Sankofa with a throw-on. Is Turner going to get a second bite of the cherry? Is that the word? Bangura into Lane. Lane's got Neil in front. Neil does a spin, has an effort, puts it in the back of the net. And that is a great goal, but we are only drawing. I'm not going to lie to you. I really want Nathan Turner to score today. He's going to play 90 minutes no matter how bad he's doing. Half-time, 1 apiece then. Ollie Pearce and Matthew Neal with the goals. It's been fairly even. However, the highlights have all been for Bognor, really. Brian Sarr is having an absolute blinder, so we're going to see Carl Clinton at half-time. What? I wasn't even commentating for any of this. What the hell happened? That is not sheer magic words and stuff. That was terrible. So Lee, they just pass it about. We haven't not actually touched the ball this half. Pearce into Taki. Taki just edge of the area, just has a go. And Wilbur is awful. Absolutely terrible. 70 minutes played and not a lot's happening. Apart from the fact that time is disappearing. 80 minutes played. We've gone attacking. Let's do some subs. Oh my word, what is going on? Turner, I don't want to bring you off. Gillespie coming off for Bentley. I don't really know what to do. Corby Moore with a corner. 5 minutes to play. It's come out to someone. Lane. Lane's got the ball. Neil's there. Neil's there if he needs him. Lane does an absolutely shocking pass. Sankofa wins the header though. Ball is coming back towards us. Swallow over the top for Crane. Crane doesn't get there, and that is a great tackle from Clinton. And the counter to the counter-attack is on. Bentley's through on goal. Bentley's had an effort. It was terrible. It was a save from the keeper. And that's the end. Oh, that's the end of the highlight. 30 seconds of the game remain. And we're not going to get anything from this. And we've been beaten by an absolute fluke of a goal. Not even a fluke of a goal. Just terrible goalkeeping. We've been beaten by ourselves. Clinton's ball towards Turner. Turner doesn't get there. El Abd does. And Wilbur, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts this in his own net from here. That's full time then, and I'm so annoyed. I'm just so angry. You know what? Right, select players. Sankofa wasn't very good. Sankofa, Corby Moore weren't very good. Also, Brian Sarr wasn't very good. Can I shout at you? I'm not happy with your performances. Corby Moore looks stressed. Shut up, Corby Moore. You were rubbish. Now, what has happened here? We've gone from 4 games unbeaten in the league, not just unbeaten, scoring a lot of goals as well, to 4 games, 4 defeats in a row. East Thurrock, Chippenham, Dartford and Bognor Regis now. I don't know what's happened. I really don't. So looking at the board confidence part of the game things and stuff. So yeah, here are our last 4 games. So against East Thurrock, Joe Cook, Matt Neal and Warren Bentley. They were annoyed with. I know they're annoyed with them at every game. Okay, so those. Well, 2, Bentley and Cook, they're not happy with. Neil, they're okay with. So, what was bad? Gutted at conceding a late goal, that's fine. Questioning the lack of character after such a terrible defeat. Made a lot of chances. Concerned following such a shaky defensive display. And we lost. Yep, that's fine. Didn't make any chances. What about this one? Didn't make any chances. What about this one? Just disappointed to see us lose. Can we go back to these, please, where we won 2 games on the spin 4-0? At such a late stage in the season, I say a late stage, it's not that late. I can't see us being dragged into a relegation battle, but on the flip side, I can't see us being dragged into a promotion fight. We are almost certainly destined for mid-table football this season. Next episode, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go Bath and Concord, maybe? Yeah, let's do Bath and Concord. Because we are getting close to the end of the season. I mean, the season ends at the end of April. So we'll do Bath and Concord. There's probably 3 episodes left of this season. Unless we do some absolute magic in the FA Trophy. And somehow manage to wrangle a semi-final and a final out of it. I don't think we will. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018 with Poole Town. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time.